outstanding. My concern for Penrith is I'd probably sort of go back 6-7 years when they got rid of Luke Lewis, Jennings, Wade Graham. They moved on a stack of
They
players.
won a comp for the Sharks, didn't they?
Yeah. They moved on a stack of players to rebuild and bring in, and Ivan was the coach, and then they got rid of Ivan. He was tired. So we go Anthony Griffin's then the question. Then he's sitting fourth. We get rid of him. This year, are those 5 or 6 wasted years? Because you look at the club now and you think, this can't be the team that's going to move the club forward.
There's a story in the Herald the other day where they talked about Penrith and now considering that the rebuild they've got to go through. And you sit there and think,
that's the last 5 years, was that?
You just keep knocking down the house.
But that's what. But that's why they sacked Griffin. They sacked Griffin because they'd beaten the competition leaders St George Illawarra a few weeks earlier. They went out. They were leading. They were sitting fourth in the competition, and there was only 6 rounds to go or whatever it was. And they go, we got rid of him because he can't take us to that next level, and that's where we need to get. So they're sitting there saying we're a top 4 side, but we're not a number 1 side. We need to bring Ivan. Now it's a rebuild.
Rebuilds are how overrated the rebuild. Like look at Penrith 2002. They finished almost last, or they might have finished last. 2003, they win the comp.
Rebuilds.
You can turn it around.
They did that
if you want to turn it around.
Yeah, it's a rubbish word, rebuild. And one thing Craig Bellamy, I remember having a chat with Craig Bellamy, they're talking about premiership windows. He said, rubbish. Every year we're here to win the competition.
Yeah.
You know, like to...
Otherwise, if
you go into a season saying this is a rebuild year, you're giving people an excuse straight out off the bat.
And you build a roster to win every year.
Exactly.
And the clubs that... Whenever administrators, coaches are saying they're rebuilding, all they're really doing is buying themselves time against their own mistakes. Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure of the answer here, so I'm going to have I'm going to go this way, I'm going to go that way. I'm going to see what works, stick with what works, we'll get rid of what doesn't, but I don't really know the direction I need to go in. So just give me the time to get there, which is the 2 or 3 year plan or whatever it is, and we'll get there. And very, very few teams, like Penrith, when Gould got there 9 years ago, he said at the time it's going to take 5 years to get their salary cap in shape. Now, no, that's ridiculous because players don't sign 5-year contracts. They sign, at most, you're inheriting a club with a roster where they're probably 3 years ahead. Yeah. Okay? So that just buys time. And the whole process, the whole way through from Matthew Elliott to Ivan Cleary to Anthony Griffin, back to Ivan Cleary, it's all about buying them more time. And I tell you something too, the members out there are angry about it. And at some point they will galvanise and they'll say, you know what, we need to sit here and we need to say to you blokes, you're acting like wood ducks. Yeah. Get out and we'll get some people in